Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, man, Ray working, man. About to get some late payments removed. You know, we got some action cooking, man. I love it, man. I love it, man. What's up, brother Brock? Yeah, man, looking like the good president over there, man. I love it, man. Teresa, Ryan, I hope y'all having a phenomenal afternoon. Man, I'm super excited about this meeting today. And man, just super excited about this meeting today. Yes, sir, my brother. Man, super excited about this meeting today because, man, so many people are looking for, man, business credit, business funding, and just trying to navigate, man, the economy, right? Trying to navigate society, if you will, right? And man, the cornerstone too. Well, let me just give you guys some insight or some context. So, man, I was reading, man, what is now one of my favorite books. It's called Economic Redemption by Bishop Wayne Malcolm. And inside of the book, he talks about understanding the fabric of nations. And he talks about the four pillars. He talks about, where a country is regarding their faith, where they are regarding their economy or finance. And then he talks about politics and government. And from there, I began looking at the fabric of America when you talk about the economy. And one of the first things we have to understand is that we live, number one, in a capitalistic society or capitalistic economy. But then right after that, we live in a very much so credit-based economy, okay? And unless your business is doing, I won't even say 40, 50. I would say 70, 80, 100, 200, $300,000 a month. At some corner or some way, shape, form, or fashion, you're going to need, or it may make sense for you to leverage someone else's money. And when you start talking about 0% interest business credit cards and lines of credit and just being able to put your hands on capital, it helps you scale faster. And so today, of course, man, we in the business credit green print, but man, the reason I was able to garner so much capital so fast was because my personal credit was intact. And so that's one of the reasons why we don't just talk about business credit. We're also going to talk about personal credit as well, because although you can go out and get business credit without, an incredible personal credit score, you can go out and get, like I'm going to teach you guys tomorrow, how to get a Sam's Club business credit card. And then from there, you can get a Floor and Decor business credit card with no personal guarantor, just using your EIN only. But once you're able to utilize that PG or your personal credit, like you can literally go anywhere, okay? And so, man, I want to break this down because I actually have a piece of content getting ready to release, maybe like end of this week or next week, where I'm talking about like what everybody should understand on a very elementary school level, okay? So if you're on this line and you don't have it, I want to urge you to get it. And if you have family members or, husbands, wives, children, cousins, uncles, brothers, whatever, that does not have this, I want you to encourage them to get it. Because from my vantage point, this right here is the foundation of building your financial house or credit house, if you will. Okay. And that right there is what I'm going to release as a crazy video. I was talking about it at the workshop last year. But the very first thing, I don't care where you are, what your status is, black, white, short, tall, fat, skinny, you want to have at least 3 trade lines on your credit report, positive trade lines at bare minimum. Okay. I'm giving you guys this lens or this framework just from me doing mortgages. People don't talk about this in elementary, middle school, high school. They don't even talk about it in college because it's just not widespread information. But when I was doing loans, there were certain loans that we couldn't even originate if the person didn't have at least 3 trade lines. Okay? So you imagine how heartbreaking that could be, how disappointing that could be. You're in a position where you have a 750 credit score and you're ready to go buy a house and your loan officer says, hey, you can't buy this house because you don't have at least 3 positive trade lines, okay? And we're going to talk about, what that is today, how you can get it fast, whatever the case may be, but you want 3 positive trade lines. Now, in the realm of business credit, you want to have at least 5 to 8 positive trade lines, okay? 5 to 8, okay? Want to have at least 5 to 8 personal trade lines reporting to your personal credit report. Man, I've been given this reference point, man, like it says in the scripture, man. You've been faithful over the few. Now I will make you ruler over many. So the banks are looking at, man, how has this person managed their personal affairs first before we go out and give them business credit? Okay, before we go give them business credit, we want to know, how have they managed their personal affairs first? All right. Now, what I want to do with you guys, again, it may seem elementary, but it's really not. It's imperative that you understand your credit pie chart. Okay, so we're going to dive into the credit pie chart so you guys can take a look at this, and we're going to break it down. I'm going to give you guys actionable steps and tools that you can take today to begin increasing your good old pie chart, baby. Yeah. Just give me one quick second. All right, perfect. So here we go. Let me just pull this up for you guys. And I'm going to practice my artistry today, baby. All right, so here we go, man. Here we go. All right, so your pie chart. All right. So we have this chart here, and it's so imperative that you understand your chart, your personal situation. Okay. And so I'm going to write this up here. This is your pie chart. Okay. All right. Boom. Credit pie chart, that is. All right, cool. So you got your credit pie chart here. Perfect. Now, your credit pie chart is broken down into 5 segments or 5 elements. Okay. You got 5 different elements. So your first one here, which is, oh, let me back out of that. Your first one here, which is vitally important. I just figured out how to remove that. There we go. Now I need to figure out how to remove this. There we go. Okay, perfect. So these are vitally important, okay? So you have your first component here, which is 35%. Okay? Which is your payment history. Okay, so 35% of your chart is made up of personal. Oh, let me let my brother in. Awesome. Is made up of payment history. Okay. Now, this is why I stress. I'm gonna give you guys some revelation that came to me last week, and I want you guys to hear this, and I want you to hear me clear. It is better to go into a little bit of debt than it is to garner late payments. Okay, it's better to go into a little bit of debt than it is to garner late payments. Simply because if I go into an additional 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, if I go into an additional $80,000 in personal credit card debt, as you guys know, as I preach all the time, debt does nothing but buy us time, right? So as I'm going into debt, I'm buying my days back. As I'm buying my days back, I'm buying strategy. I'm thinking, I'm becoming creative. I'm creating partnerships and formulating different aspects to draw in revenue, right? And so, yes, I garnered more debt, but it did not hit my credit as hard as a late payment. Okay. So I got more in debt, but to clear the debt up, all I need is one idea to pay that debt down. Now, if I go late payment, it's not impossible to remove a late payment, but it is like pulling giraffe's teeth. Okay. It's difficult. You got to get your hands dirty. So I want you guys to know that. Don't be afraid of debt, because sometimes you may have to leverage the debt in order to get to where you want to go. So let's get back to it. So we got the payment history. Now, we come here again. If you have a late payment, it can drop your credit score anywhere to between 80 to 100 points. Thus, giving more credence to why I'm always preaching, hey, if you have 1 or 2 one-off late payments, let's fight it, because your credit score is going to grow instantaneously as soon as that late payment is removed. I actually have a guy right now who's somewhat of a one-on-one client. He calls me for, one-on-one consultations. regarding, personal credit and just, how to properly structure his business. But his personal credit score right now, guys, is a 730, and he had a late payment last year. Once that late payment is disputed and removed, his personal credit score is going to go up to a 830 immediately. Okay. So late payments are super. Your payment history, my friends, is super important. Okay. The next one here that I want you guys to pay close attention to, and it's all going to make, I'm sure it makes sense now, but I'm going to make it make even more sense as we progress. So boom. The next one stands for your amounts owed. So this is your debt. Boom. 30%. All right. This is why oftentimes someone's credit fix could be super easy or super simple because the only thing that they have is debt. Right. So now we just need to figure out, well, how can I get rid of this debt? Again, my friends, this right here alone is going to make up 30% of your entire credit score. So that means that if you have all on-time payments and you got all your credit accounts spread out and you've been a great steward, if you will, but your debt or your limits are maxed out to a T, then you only have a 70% a 70% leeway, if you will, to have a decent credit score. So you max out your credit cards. You rarely gonna see somebody who has a maxed out credit card that's still in a 700. That has all of their debt maxed out. Okay. Now, man, hey, let me know. Brock, throw your hand up. Y'all following me. Everybody follow me. Throw in the chat. Man, I hear you. All right, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, let's go. All right, make sure we good. All right, here we go. All right, so now here's something that I posted inside of the group, but I want you guys, man, to also take heed to this as well, because this is super key. All right. And man, I would venture to say that probably 90% of the world doesn't know this, right? 90% of the world just flat out does not know this, right? Super simple concept, but it's imperative that we understand how debt is weighed, okay? So when we come here to amounts owed, okay, let's just use this random number for example. If I come here and I have a $30,000 credit card versus a $30,000 personal loan, this personal loan looks 10 times better than this $30,000 credit card. Okay. That's in same way if I come down here with a personal auto loan, or if I come down here with a personal home loan. And so it's imperative that we understand how to position the debt. Okay. When I understand how to position the debt, then I'm not as damaged, if you will, because boom, I just got approved for a $30,000 credit card with one key through Wells Fargo. If I ran that $30,000 credit card up, it would hurt my utilization. But if I said, no, I'm gonna go get a personal loan with Lightstream, I'm gonna go get a personal loan with SoFi, okay, I'm gonna go get a personal loan with Upgrade, the debt is still there. However, it does not affect my score as much, okay? So I want you guys to be thinking strategy. I want you to be thinking navigation. I want you to get the credit, but I want you to be so smart and so wise. And like I said in the beginning, we become dangerous from the neck up, okay? That way, we go through a tough season where we got to tap into some debt. Our credit is not suffering, okay? Bingo. All right, now here we go to the next one. The next one is super key as well, okay? All right, the next one here accounts for 15%, all right? This is 15%, and this right here stands for your credit history, okay? Your credit history, all right? I want you guys to know this and understand this like I don't know what, okay? I have a young guy that I've been helping for, I want to say maybe like 2 years. He was in the process of purchasing a vehicle. However, okay, he could not get approved for this vehicle simply because the only thing he had on his credit report was one authorized user account. Okay, we're going to address authorized users today as well because I want you guys to be sharp on that also when we start talking about authorized users. But he could not purchase a vehicle. He could not purchase a vehicle because he only had one authorized user account. The banks want to see and they want to know, okay, who have you borrowed money from and how well have you paid them? This is on the personal side as well as the business side. They want to know how well have you paid them. All right. So when we come here to your credit history, this is not only pertaining to, oh, well, how well have you paid them only, okay, or how much you've had over time, but it's also how long have you had credit? Have you only had credit for 30 days? Have you only had credit for 60 days? Have you only had credit for 90 days? Or have you had credit for 9 years? Y'all follow me? Have you had credit for 9 years? Because if you had credit for 9 years versus the person that had it for 30 days, I'm more willing to go cut a check for $30,000 to this person that has had credit for the longest period of time. Okay. And so the way that you guys go and check this, I want everybody to take note of this right now. You can easily go to the free app Credit Karma. Okay. And Credit Karma, they pull, of course, from your Vantage score. However, Credit Karma is going to give you your percentages. You're either going to be in the red because you have low, a low amount of years or a low history. You'll be in the yellow for mid, or you'll be in the green. Okay, so that right there is key, that you understand your age. Okay, because especially when we begin going in and applying for business credit, you don't want to apply for business credit and your age is under 1 year. That's going to be kind of rough. You know, I'm not saying that it's impossible for you to get in, for you to get approved, but going in and and your age is, you only had credit, quote unquote, for 8 years. For 8 months. I'm gonna give you guys a quick example. I have a client now who reached out to me saying, "Hey, Jerone, I want to get funding. I really don't care about all the stuff that you're teaching because I don't have time. Right? I just want some money." So I'm working through that to help him get funded, but man, he has the perfect profile. Like when I tell you the perfect profile, he's a 743 on all bureaus, but he has 11 inquiries, which is an absolute no-no. But then after that, his credit age is so young because he went out and applied for a whole bunch of credit cards back at the end of 2023. So we're going to have to wait until the end of this year to move forward to get him funded. But I'm just saying that to say that the age is so key, okay? And I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can easily overcome that. But again, if most people are not looking directly at that, then you're not even going to know you're not even going to know why you got denied, right? And so you want to make sure that your credit age is strong. Like I said, you can go directly to Credit Karma and look at your credit age, okay? And most of everybody on the line is mature. You've had homes and cars, dated back to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. So your age should be strong for everybody on the line, but just wanted to point that out to you guys. All right, next one here. We have 2 more left, okay? 2 more left, and these are broken down into 10, okay? Boom, so 10%. All right, so this one here is new credit. Okay, this is new credit. Man, I talk to people, and by the way, I want you guys to see, if you are someone that may be stuck at a 720, a 730, even a 750, all right, I want to encourage you to go look at every last one of these factors, because this is the reason why. Let me tell you, my credit score was stuck, I want to say, at like a 8, maybe like a 799 or 800, and I figured out why. Okay, it was my credit age that had begun to suffer. Okay, so what did I do? Man, I went out and got oh my goodness, like a 26 year trade line. Trade line had been open for 26 years, and it boosted my credit. Okay, so when we come back here again, let me change my color here. Let me go back. Let me just shift and go red. All right, so this is new credit. Along the way and along your credit journey, I recommend, and I want you to take note of this, that you go out and acquire credit anywhere between every 2 to 3 years. Okay? Every 2 to 3 years, you guys know, I put in the chat. I don't need to keep referencing you guys know, because y'all know, right? But like, I'm every day, every month, every whatever, I'm strategizing, all right, new funds that I'm absolutely not using right now, but I'm strategizing new funds. Who pulls from where? What bank is giving this? What bank is giving that? Man, small sidebar. The one key credit card, Sheeta is not on the line, but I gotta give, man, Sheeta commented in the group, and man, it was crazy. I never even thought to tell you guys this, but when I tell y'all that credit plays, if you will, run out. And so, man, when there's things that I'm posting in the chat or in the group, I want you guys to attack it with a vengeance, because Rashida was on there and she was trying to go through and get that one key credit card that I put in the group. They approved me for $30,000. That application is completely gone. When I tell y'all that app may have been up on Wells Fargo site for maybe 3 weeks, which was like mind blowing to me. I'm like, man, this is absolutely crazy. And so when you guys are seeing things, if you have the capacity to move, I want you to move. The other one is the resorts card that I put up there. That was no inquiry. I heard, man, in the credit streets, if you will, like, man, that right there, that application may have froze up. And so when I'm putting things out, man, I want you guys to attack it if you can, especially if it's no inquiry. I don't care if your credit ain't all the way intact right now, because again, it's no inquiry. The worst thing they can do is deny you, but there is no damage to your particular credit report. Okay, so I just want you to keep that in mind. So again, boom, new credit. You want to go new credit every 2 to 3 years at minimum. Okay, 2 to 3 years, because there is a 10% component that's fostering or generating your personal credit report based on new credit. All right. I had a client before that said, hey, I haven't gotten any new, like, she has a house, she has a car, she has old credit cards. She's like, man, I haven't gotten new credit in like 6 years. And her credit score has been stuck at a 730. So you guys want to make sure that you have that in order so that you can, be able to navigate things properly. Okay. Very last thing on the credit pie. Okay. Very last piece on this credit pie. We come here. Let me just go ahead and change my good old color real quick. All right. Last component on this credit pie piece is going to be your types of credit. All right. It's going to be your types of credit. What types of credit do you have? Okay. And so, of course, we can go through it. We can go through just a plethora of them really quick. Do you have a personal loan? Do you have a personal credit card? Do you have a personal line of credit? Do you have a personal auto loan? Okay. Do you have a personal mortgage? Okay. All of these components contribute to your personal credit score. And so a lot of times what I'll see is it's easy for us to be limited, right? And so we're going through and we're limited, and the only thing we have is two personal credit cards. Well, if I have 2 personal credit cards, again, my friends, if I have 2 personal credit cards, I'm not able to max out my 10%. See, my goal is I want to be able to max out every component of my pie chart. I got to max it out, okay? When I max every component of this out, this is how I can get to the 850. But this is how I can get to 750. But if I don't max these components out right here, then there's no way that I could ever max out or reach the full potential of my credit score. Okay. And so let me make myself clear. I'm not telling anybody to go out and just purchase an auto loan, just purchase a car for the heck of it, go buy a mortgage for the heck of it, go get a personal line of credit. I will tell you to get that for the heck of it. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. So again, personal auto loan, you don't want to just go buy a car just because. If you're in need of a car, then absolutely, right? But you don't want to just buy one just because or buy a house just because. I'm going to show you how you can overcome that. But personal lines of credit, let me come over here and just change this color. So a personal line of credit, I love personal lines of credit, and I also love personal credit cards because you only pay what you use, period. You only pay what you use. So I could go get a personal line of credit and let the line of credit sit. I'm only paying on what I use, right? I can go get a personal credit card and let the personal credit card sit because I'm only paying on what I use. Now, when you come down here and you begin looking at a personal loan helps build it out, right? But your personal loan, as soon as you get that $25,000 personal loan, you have to start paying it back immediately. All right. And y'all, man, y'all know I like the free flow, man. So I got something else. I got another segment that I'm gonna talk about, but I want to break this down for you guys really quick. Okay. This right here is going to save you a lot of heartache and pain. This is how you think through money. Okay. This is how you think through the bag. This is how you keep your credit strong. Okay, man, this is how you keep everything tight and in order. You think your way through it. Okay, so I never want anybody to go out and over leverage themselves. This video I actually pre-recorded. I'll probably have it dropping on YouTube soon, but I want to give you guys this, and I want you to take note of it. Whenever you are taking out a personal loan, I want you to do yourself a favor. Okay, moving forward, I don't care about the mistakes you've made in the past, but I want you to do yourself a favor. Okay, when you are taking out a personal loan, let's just say hypothetically, we look right here on the board and we got $25,000, right? We got $25,000, and I'm gonna just give you a random number. Let's just say hypothetically on 25 grand, the bank comes back and say, Mr. X, Y, and Z or Mrs. Such and Such, your payment each month is going to be $430. I'm just using a random, man, just a random number, okay? Well, no, let me decrease it a little bit because the last one I did like 30. Let's just say they come back and they say on 25 grand, we'll give you $25,000 and your monthly payment each month is going to be $312. This is what I want everybody and their mother to do, okay? I would look at this number right here, and because I'm a believer of never putting myself in an economic jam, I'm going to take out this $25,000 loan, and I'm going to use their money to pay them back, period, at least for the first year. But if you want to get super leverage, if you really want to get in your bag, then you'll pay them their money back over 2 years. And then you can go even deeper over 3 years. So there should never be a reason why you take out a personal loan and you can't pay the loan back. Okay? Whatever it is that you're trying to purchase, you want to make sure that you are in position to have access money. Okay, so for example, let's just say hypothetically, I went here on 25 grand. I go here on $25,000 and I say, man, I need to take out a personal loan to go buy, to get a new roof. Okay, I need to take out a personal loan to get a new furnace, a new HVAC system, whatever. And I would go through and I would do this math and I would say, okay, well, guess what? That's only going to cost me $15,000. Okay, it's only going to cost me 15 grand, thus giving me the luxury of having an additional $10,000 still left over. Okay, so let me get back to my point really quick. My monthly payment is $312. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look on I'm gonna look at, okay, Mr. Tyler, you're approved for 25 grand. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, right? But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 312 times 12. Bingo, that's $3,700. Okay, so I already should have my first year of payments already set aside. Okay, now if you really want to get into your bag, you multiply that times 2. Oh my God, I'm 78. I'm 7488. Okay, so now 7488 minus 25,000. Boom, I got $17,500 to play with for 2 years. Yeah, I got a friend that works at a credit union that said this is all she does. She said, Jerone, I don't have a desire to be an entrepreneur. I don't have a desire, man. Talk to me, Wilson. Talk to me, Brock. Man, talk to me, Ray. She said, man, I don't have a desire to be an entrepreneur. I don't have a desire to do all of this marketing and campaigning and hiring employees and firing employees and staying up all night. I don't have a desire to do that. But she said, I understand money. And she said, I like to spend. She said, in order to keep my credit on fire, she said, every 2 years I apply for a personal loan. She said, I take the first year out of that loan and pay that back over time. I put it in a whole different account. Now, there's somebody that's just working a job that's saying, I ain't really trying to jump out on the deep end, but I'm managing my affairs. She said, yeah, I'm paying a little interest here and there. But at the end of the day, my credit is an 800. Man, I'm using this money. I'm paying things back, man. Cash flow 101, right? And now she take trips, she buy, man, she do whatever she want, but she understands the personal loan system, okay? And when banks see that you are a person that takes out personal loans, right? Oh my God, I just got even some more revelation. When somebody sees that you're taking out personal loans, they see that you're paying them back, they're always gonna approve you. Right? Especially with all the game that y'all got, y'all know, man, boom, I'm not going in a space where, man, I'm in a situation where, man, I didn't jam myself up so much. I'm just going to go on this constant trajectory. Here's the revelation I just caught, okay? I want you guys to know this. When we go back to the pie chart, talk to me now. When I go back to the pie chart, what do I know about my economic situation now? I know that if I go amounts owed and then I come here and I send this over to a personal loan opposed to a credit card, it's not going to be as damaging to my credit. Okay? It's not going to be as detrimental or damaging to my credit. Okay? So you understand the game like this. You understand the credit system like this. And again, this right here is the biggest of them all. When I'm taking, man, let me tell y'all, I ain't letting no financial institution jam me up. If y'all gonna give me 25 grand, I'm gonna set 7,500 to the side to make sure that all payments are paid. This ain't even me not having the money. This just playing the money game. Why would I go out and take a personal loan out and max the whole personal loan out at 25 grand? And then now I'm trying to use my money to pay them back. No, use their money. Right? But ideally, if you take the personal loan, and see, this is what I love so much about finance, man, and just about what we're talking about with the economy and business credit, because somebody could turn their whole life up just on the personal side. The business side is elite, but you can turn your whole situation up on the personal side, right? You like, man, okay, man, what's the 4 banks I can go to, man, to go get 25 grand a piece? That's 100 bands right there. We just ran up 100 on the personal side, and it ain't damaging my credit as if I was going to put it on a credit card, okay? Now, again, back to that point. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to pay that back over time. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm thinking my way through it. Now, we already did this elite math, okay? The payments going back are $312. All right, if I double down over 2 years, I got to pay them back roughly 7,500. But I still got 17,000 to play with. The whole time, let me tell you, I know y'all my brothers and sisters, if I can't figure out how to flip 17,000 in 2 years, there's something wrong with me. Man, I'm telling you, I got 24 months to figure out how to make 17,000 work, and I don't got to worry about no payments. And that's just on the low side, right? That's on the low side with 25 grand. You can go get a personal loan, man, for 50,000, right? That's on the personal side, okay? Now, here we go. We are done with the actual credit pie situation, okay? I'm done with the credit pie situation, but now I want to show you guys this, all right? I want to break down just some components that are going to be very key as you're on your journey in entrepreneurial, economic, credit success, all of that good stuff. These are very, very, very key components that I want to break down, okay? So we talked about age, okay? We talked about age, and let me see if my internet is flowing good, because if my internet is flowing good, we're gonna get busy. All right, I'm giving y'all out, man. Let me tell y'all, man, I'm laying it on y'all this morning or this afternoon, man. This is the strategy that I use, okay? And as we go in, like I said, to next week, man, I'm showing you guys the aspect of, your credit. But man, we're gonna start getting into like, man, money making activities and cash producing activities, because I got some stuff that I'm gonna lay on you guys, man. I got some folks on the line that want to leave their job. So I got some stuff I'm gonna lay on you guys, man, that's gonna be able to really turn your situation up. And like I said and been promoting, I've been saying no risk. I used to see people say no risk. I'm thinking, like, how could you ever do something and it not be a risk? But I got something for you that absolutely will be zero risk to you, that could put cash in your pocket ASAP, okay? So let's go here really quick, okay? Now, here we are. We're on this aspect of, hey, somebody put in the chat, can you guys see trade line supply? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, heard utilization, loans to consolidate credit card debt. Do you know the source for age trade line? Absolutely, man. Ray, I'm just seeing what you put on here, but yeah, man, we about to get into it now. Man, yeah. My man Chris, man, Mr. Fire getting action. Ray, that's good. Yeah. You're now playing real life cash flow. Man, you on fire, glory to God. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Okay, so, man, we got perfect timing, too, man. Appreciate you, Brother Brock, Brother Ryan. All right, so here we go. Trade line supply. All right, you guys can see my screen. This is where I go. You guys see me posting. And I've been, trial and error, testing a lot of different things out. But you guys, I had a guy reach out to me yesterday, said he wanted to buy a trade line. And so what I do is I go to Trade Line Supply, and there are other trade line sites that you guys can go to begin testing and looking at a range by which you can sell your trade line. Okay, my brothers and sisters, it's your trade line. You can sell it for whatever you want. But what I do is I utilize Trade Line Supply just as a gauge, okay, for you to be able to sell trade lines, and for my brother Ray that just talked about or mentioned the aspect of getting a age trade line, okay? So boom, you can come right here to Trade Line Supply, and as you see here on Trade Line Supply, let me pull my toggle up. Boom, here we go on Trade Line Supply. I'm here, and let's say, boom, I'm right here at date open 2015. Okay, boom. In 2015, there was a Chase card that was opened. It has a $2,000 limit. Okay, you have to purchase before April 10th. Okay, and then you come right here and it's $402. Well, guess what? I make my prices similar, depending on if I know someone, we cool or whatever the case may be. Well, guess what? I have this same card that was opened in 2016 with Bank of America. And guess what, my friends? It's a $2,500 limit with no debt. Okay, it has no debt on it. And I look at this price of, man, 402. Man, I would come down and sell mine for $350. Man, I may even come down and do a flash sale and sell it for $300. Man, listen, come Black Friday. Come on now, we getting into the bag now. Come Black Friday, I may do a flash sale for $250. Okay, this is $250 in cash producing revenue that I absolutely did nothing for but send someone an invoice. Like, this is insane. Again, this is the whole personal credit side, right? So boom, I'm doing a flash sale, $250, and that's not all the cards, right? And so you go through all of your cards, but one of the things that I do is I'm always looking at age. My brother Ray talked about age. On the last page, we talked about age, okay? The importance of your age is so key because, boom, let's bring this over here. Excellent. Am I still on the same? Yep. Yeah. Again, credit history, if you will, is credit age, okay? So now I have to come here. Oh, let me bring that down. What was I at? Yep, right there. Yep. So when I'm going through Trade Line Supply, my friends, I'm looking at age. I don't really want to buy something that just got established in 2023. Why? Because I understand the dynamic of age now. I don't really want to buy something, that was 2020. I'm not mad at 2020 because that still gives me 5 years, but I really want to go into the depths of, man, 2018, because again, I'm trying to stretch out on the furthest age possible. I got, man, just got approved for, man, that Discover card that I posted in the group for 10 grand, right? Man, I got it, but I'm preparing for, okay, man, even 5 and 10 years from now. Now that credit card will be aged, but I ain't really sell. Like if somebody, just wanted a little bump, I might put somebody on it for like $100 or something. But you can charge more the deeper the age, okay? And you want to purchase for my brothers and sisters that's trying to increase age. You want to go out and you want to purchase cars that have enough age on it, okay? Now, let me give you guys this really quick, okay? I want you guys to know, because I can guarantee you that almost half the I'm gonna probably give you about 99% of the world is not hip to this. Okay, everybody's talking trade lines, trade lines, trade lines, trade lines, trade lines. Okay, so here we go. We have trade lines here, right? I have trade lines here, but it's imperative that you understand the terms, not only the terms of your trade line, but that you understand the timing by which you purchase a trade line. Okay, the timing by which you utilize a trade line. All right, so man, let's go to the top right here. So you guys know, boom, man, I am happily married to Mrs. Monisha Tyler. Okay, boom. Now, once I figured out the whole trade line system, I added my wife to, I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 of my cards, right? Just because I'm like, it don't make no sense for both people to be in the house and people not added to the cards. But Miss Monisha Tyler is going to be added to my card indefinitely. Why? Because she's my wife. Same thing if oh, there we go. Yeah, because she's my wife, right? She's added indefinitely. Same thing if you're married or you have a brother or sister or somebody close to you, you can add them indefinitely. It's no like financial transaction going on, right? However, you want to be in a position where now, when you're selling or when you have somebody actually purchasing, I want you guys to know that most people sell or I'll sell trade lines on 60 to 90-day terms. Okay? So 60 days, 60 to 90-day terms. Okay? 60 to 90-day terms. Well, what does this say? The difference between my spouse being on indefinitely, okay, she's on indefinitely, but then I have a client that I'm selling this to for 60 to 90 days because I have a recurring business around trade lines. So boom, I'm coming here and I'm selling for 60 to 90 days. Now, here's what everybody absolutely must know. If you're selling a trade line or if you're buying a trade line and the trade line is only going to be on your credit report for 60 to 90 days, you want to make sure that you have your plan set up for funding, right? Or you have your plan set up for a purchase. Right? You don't want to just go buy a 60. And again, people sell trade lines and they buy trade lines all the time. But I'm like, you want to make sure that you're moving smart. You want to make sure you're moving with efficiency. You want to make sure that you're moving with wisdom. Okay? Why would I buy a trade line in January that's going to fall off in March and I had no economic or financial plan to implement anything? Right? Because the trade line comes and it boosts my score and it looks good and it looks cute and it looks sexy. But as soon as the trade line leaves, all of the history leaves as well. And I go right back to the same place. And so you guys want to make sure that if you are buying a trade line, that you're like, hey, I'm buying this trade line because I am trying to buy a car. I'm trying to buy a home. I'm trying to get a personal loan. I'm trying to get a credit card. I'm about to apply for business funding. Okay? So this way right here, man, both parties, man, are flowing in the right direction because I'm saying, hey, you can be on for 90 days or you could be on for 120 days. And then you're like, okay, as soon as I get put on this 9-year, $20,000 credit card, and then when I get put on this 5-year, $6,000 credit card, oh, and then I'm going to go talk to X, Y, and Z and get put on their such and such credit card. Now I'm moving in the right direction, okay? So I hope you guys took note of that because that's key. You don't want to just be buying trade lines for the heck of it because if it's leaving in 90 days and you have no plan, you indeed just wasted your money. Okay, so you want to be strategic about it. All right. Now, again, back to my other point here where I'm talking about that age. Okay, you want to make sure if it's Jerone Tyler, if it's me, I'm trying to get busy, like I said, on some 2017, 2013, really 2015, 2018. I can do a 2020, but I ain't really. I mean, am I looking to go spend $400 on something that's only got 2 years worth of history? Not really. Not even 2 years. We ain't even at the 2 year mark yet, right? We're about 20 months. And so you guys want to be A-OK on that. All right, next one. Man, I'm having so much fun, y'all. Can you tell? Can you tell? Let's go. All right, man. Here we go. All right, here's the next piece. Okay. Credit builder accounts. Man, somebody put credit builder in the chat. Somebody put credit builder in the chat, baby. Can I get credit builder in the chat somewhere, somehow? Credit builder. Yes. Credit builder. Let's go. Okay. So what I want you guys to know about credit builders are cool. Credit builders make your profile mature. Credit builders help you out a lot. But I want you to take note of this. Okay. I'm not really a fan of you having more than 2 to 3 credit builder accounts. 3 at max. I think 3 is admirable, right? But you don't go out and get 13 credit builder accounts. That does not help you in the long run of trying to get more equitable personal credit and business credit, okay? It doesn't help you, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 of them, what you guys I'm sure already have, I'm sure already have access to, but I'm going to give you guys 2, or actually 3, that can help you out tremendously. I just need to go to my friend who I gave them to yesterday. Perfect. Yep. Here we go. I know we got one of them. All right, so boom, like for example, if we come here and we go rent, right? Boom. You go right there to rent. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Rent. Boom. Boom. All right, cool. Let's say you used this right here, right? So you use rental. Let's say hypothetically you use Rental Karma. Rental Karma is considered a credit builder account, okay? You also have another one called Meet Ava, okay? That's also a credit builder account. All right, you also have another one that is the credit builder card, okay? Credit builder card. Credit card builder. Credit builder card, one of them. I'll get that link right over to you guys as well. But with these here, these are credit builder accounts that don't quite give you access to capital, if you will, but it reports to your credit report. Okay, it reports to your credit report. It shows that you have a what? Positive account reporting. Okay, that right there is key, that you have a positive account reporting. But don't go out and get 17 of those, okay? Another one that I'll put in the chat that a lot of people use that is cool as well is Chime. All right? But if I got Chime, if I got Meet Ava, if I got Rental Karma, if I got the credit builder card, that's it. We're done. I'm not investing, I'm not putting no more money into credit builder accounts based on everything that we know now. Okay, I'm not putting no more. If you go through business underwriting, and you're trying to go get a $50,000 business credit card, and they see 17 credit card builders, credit builders on your account, this looks like, what do this person even know what they doing, right? So you guys, man, max 3. If you go 4, man, that really needs to be it. You don't need no more credit builders. Okay. Next thing that I want you guys to take heed to as well. That I actually am a huge fan of. Let me type this in right here. And this right here will save you a lot of money, my friends. A lot of money. Okay. This is gonna save you a ton of money. Perfect. Let's go here. All right, bingo. Y'all really, hey, y'all, when I tell y'all this right here is a game changer, Okay, this is a flat out game changer. Okay, bingo. Let's have some fun. Here we go. My friends, you can buy a auto trade line. Okay, what does this help with, my bestest friends in the whole wide world? Man, let's break it down and open this thing up even more. Okay, boom. I went out and bought an auto trade line. So instead of me going out buying all these credit builder accounts, credit builders are cool, but based on all the information that you have access to and all the information that you know, man, when we come back here, man, what we know in the midst of this scribble scrabble, man, we understand the credit mix. Okay, this is new credit, but this is credit mix. And what does credit mix show me? Credit mix shows me that, boom, I need a personal auto loan. Okay, well, boom, I got personal line of credit, personal credit card, personal loan, personal auto loan, personal mortgage. Okay, man, now I'm gonna go ahead and get in my bag and go buy me a auto trade line. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Okay, so I just went and bought an auto trade line, but my brothers and sisters, I just bought $100,000 trade line. I just bought $100,000 auto trade line reporting to my credit report for $750. Hold up. So now, man, I'm trying to get into my Toro bag. I'm trying to get into my exotic rental bag. I'm trying to be able to go to the dealership and go to the bank and get approved for a Corvette, get approved for a S-Class, get approved for a G-Wagon with little to no money out of pocket. Okay, what is the bank going to do? They're going to see if you have been faithful over the few. Okay, I can't go to the dealership and go get $100,000 Corvette and they don't even see one auto loan on my credit report. Okay, they got to be able to see how has this person managed their past affairs. Okay, and again, how much of a money saver is this? Now you don't even have to go as deep as 100. But boom, man, I went here and went 50. Man, $400. Boom, investment. It's investing into your credit profile. Now, this one right here is just stupid. You get a $250,000 auto trade line on your credit report for $1,000. Man, now, I don't know why this just dropped in my mind and my spirit. If you got family members that have been incarcerated and they just coming out, and everybody trying to go buy them clothes and, man, let's go on a trip. Nah, let's get them $1,000 trade line so they can start a business, right? Somebody that just, your children, okay? Everybody, man, your children, as they begin going into year 16, 17, 18, there's no reason why they shouldn't be added on your card as an authorized user. I'm talking about on your credit card. It's no reason why they should be on your credit cards. Okay, because again, what do we know, my brothers and sisters? We live in a credit-based society, period. It's hard to move and shake if you don't have credit. If your business ain't making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month, you're gonna need to pull on some money. Okay, so boom, here we go again, and then here we go here. Y'all, this is what when you seeing people out there, this is what my main discovery was. I used to see people even before I got into business credit, just leveraging and buying this and buying that. And I'm like, man, how are people doing this? I know they ain't coming to the table with 200 grand. Man, they building out their personal credit profiles and they building out their business credit profiles. And if I go, let me tell y'all, look at this. Follow me right here. 500,000. Y'all, if I went to McLaren today, if I went to Aston Martin today, okay, if I went to Bentley Motors today, and they see Mr. Jerone Tyler has a $500,000 auto loan on his credit report, they're going to approve me for anything on the showroom floor. And this right here is just all for me making a $1,400 investment. My friends, that's if you want to go that route. You might not even want to play around with no heavy auto loans on this line. You know what I mean? But I'm just talking about for when you seeing people online and they out and they buying Bentleys and Aston Martins and McLarens and they got 14 Corvettes, they building out and they leveraging, right? And then, you know, I put in the group as well. Y'all got Car Putty if you wanted to like lines of credit. Let me give you guys this as well, right? Which is super key. Okay, so this is when I purchased my Corvette. One of the things that I purchased my Corvette through GM business finance or auto finance on the business side. GM offers, if you have a seasoned business, business older than 3-4 years, whatever, seasoned business, you got auto loans, things like that. They offer a business line of credit. Okay, I want y'all to take note of that. GM offers a auto business line of credit. Okay, so you go in there, they might give you a business auto line of credit for $250,000 and say you can buy whatever you want. Okay, so just a tidbit on that. And if I'm not mistaken, Ally may do it, but I know Car Putty does it as well, which is a fintech. Okay, all right, cool. So on to the next. Okay, so we got through the credit builders, we got through the auto, we got through the authorized users, how to maneuver those. And yes, so man, here is the main key, or the main point that I wanted to drive home specifically in this segment. Okay, I want you guys to go to your Credit Karma as soon as we get off this line, or you can do it right now. And I want you to look at your history. Okay, your history is so key, because that right there could be the main thing that's holding you back. Now, let me show something really quick to you guys. Man, this is such perfect timing, man. This is perfect timing. I'm gonna show you guys this, man. I'm gonna open up for any questions that you guys have. And man, we're gonna get busy, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, baby. I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Man, I don't know why man, it seems like Credit Karma is having some type of difficulties where it's hard for me to get in. I don't know if you guys can get in. But let me just try another site real quick to see if I could pull up the age. Because that age is a bad boy, man. Your age, if your age ain't right, it's gonna be tough to maneuver. But again, it's easy for you to turn your age up. All right, there we go. 38558. Maybe later. Man, I'm actually, let me tell y'all, I'm looking like, man, hold up. Okay. One quick second, my friends. All right, they're gonna send me this code real quick. And y'all, we're gonna jump, man. All right, there we go. Perfect. There we go. There we go. All right, so credit reports. Let me see if it gives me some age on here. Um, Man, the experience doesn't really get. I don't see the age on my experience. However, um, yeah, I don't see the age on my experience, but I know once Credit Karma stops acting up, you can go right on Credit Karma, and take a look directly at your age. Print report. Yeah. You can go to Credit Karma and look directly at your age. Let me pull the monitor back up. Yeah, you can go right to Credit Karma and look directly at your age, but that right there is key, okay? And then again, if you have people in your circle that have, man, credit cards that stretched out, you can move from there. Oh, very last thing, and we're going to jump, y'all. Very last thing regarding the trade lines, okay? Regarding the trade lines, if somebody has a ton of debt on their credit card, you do not want to buy that trade line. I mean, that right there, for most of you guys may seem obvious, but I just want to let you guys know that. If I'm sitting here and I'm looking at let's say I don't know, $20,000 trade line. If I'm looking at a $20,000 trade line and this person owe 10 grand and they talking about they trying to add me to it, absolutely not. I don't want that. I don't want no parts of that, right? And so you guys want to make sure that you're in a position where this person has zero debt. Okay. Bingo, man. Listen, man, that's it for today, family. Man, let me know if you learned something. Man, if you caught something. Man, what's up? Man, anybody got any questions, man, before we jump? Amazing, 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 amazing.
Hey JT, I gotta this Patrice. I'm sorry I joined late, but man,
Good.
I'm out here working. Let me tell you this, man. You have man, you sparked the fire in me that again I just even wasn't even prepared to say that I wanted to move on, but I have. I was actually working with a client, and I'm like, man, I'm late for my class, but the fact of it is, I'm helping somebody build out their business that needed it built out. But anyway, that's fire for me. So listen, JT, man, I applaud you and your team for everything that you guys are doing because again, the lessons that I'm learning is becoming easier and easier for me to speak about it. I can speak confidently about it and also
Yeah.
circle back to you. So you being
Yeah.
accessible, number one, you having the heart, number two, to share the information because again, so many people are gatekeepers, but you just having the heart to share it and also want to put us in a better space, right?
Come
Fiscally
on.
just makes just so much sense to me. So I just wanted to thank you publicly,
Man.
again, and your team as well, just for taking the time and making the effort to hopefully change the lives of those that you touch. Because again, when in fact that you touch one, you touch 10. So I really appreciate you.
Come on, man. My sister, man. Glory to God, man. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. And man, just super excited, man, and blessed, man, to have you, man, a part of the community, man, and everybody, man, that's a part, man, that's taking action. You know what I mean, man? So, man, man, thank you again. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And man, thank you for taking action and moving. Because, man, I'm telling you, like, it's mind blowing. Like even today's breakdown, if you guys mastered like this piece of information, I'm telling y'all, 95% of the world, I would venture to say 99% of the world does not know. And so man, thank you again, my sister. I appreciate you. And man, I'm super excited for you because yeah, what you dropped in the group said, man, you went out and started a program on the information, man. I'm just thankful, man, and excited. So, man, my sister, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you again, and congratulations on all of your success.
Thank you, sir. Will this be the recording be available to us?
Absolutely, I gotta get this thing over to y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, yeah. So because the beginning half of it was a lot of foundational pieces in the beginning. So I'm gonna make sure once I save the recording and it downloads, I'll give you guys access to the link, and man, we'll go from there.
Hey,
Yeah,
much appreciated, man. Much appreciated.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Man, anybody got anything else before we jump? Amazing, 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 amazing. All right, y'all, man. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all same place, same time, man. Tomorrow at 12. Man, we're gonna be breaking down, man, how to go get a business credit card from Sam's Club. Okay. So, man, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Teresa. Miss Teresa and brother Ryan, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one on purpose. And man, I will talk.